Hello, this is Lucario and welcome to another one of my vidreps, and today we have Sarlesch versus evesan on the map Elyon. Anyway, I just recently had a change of job scope, so I will in fact be able to do a little more replays on the weekdays. Hopefully we can look forward to more replays, vidreps in the future. Anyway, Sarlesch playing Pure Shadow versus evesan, who will be playing a Pure Frost deck. Sarlesch immediately goes for the T2 since Shadow T1 utterly sucks against Frost T1, and on this map you probably want to get your monument up as soon as possible, because if you play a long T1 versus Frost on this map, the Shadow player is just going to lose. Simple as that. And of course the Frost player is going to go straight for the middle, grab a well, because once Frost gets a well it's incredibly hard for them to lose it, especially against Shadow. And yes, many people find Elyon to be one of the hardest maps to attack Frost on, just simply because of how difficult it is to beat the what I like to call the slowly moving, encroaching mass of Frost, as they just grab one well and just keep going closer to your base, slowly getting power advantage until you simply lose. Yes, very nasty. Anyway, evesan summons a Light Blade, activates a taunt ability on the Dread Charger, so the Dread Charger is just going to go down. Meanwhile, he goes for a straight up attack on Sarlesch's base, but Sarlesch just summons Dark Elf Assassins, which counters the Master Archers extremely well. And then a Nightcrawler to beat the Ice Guardian. And evesan has summoned another Power Well over here, so now evesan is 2 Power Wells ahead of Sarlesch. But Sarlesch does in fact have T2, and Sarlesch grabs a Power Well just to make sure he doesn't go too far behind, doesn't lose out in the power race. Meanwhile, evesan's Ice Guardian appears to have got away safely. His Light Blade is at the base as well. Light Blade versus Shadow. Well, versus Shadow T1, it isn't exactly the best unit to use, because the only thing it can pretty much, although it can beat every single T1 unit in a one-on-one fight, I believe, it does cost a lot of power. As you can see, it costs 75 power to summon, and its a taunt ability costs 20 power. So people mostly use it on the Dread Chargers, Light Blades, so that they can focus on the other units, because Dread Chargers go for the Master Archers and Frost T1, so the Light Blade takes care of that really nicely. But as you can see, not exactly too good against other stuff. And Sarlesch is going for a very early rush. Well, not really early, because he just saw evesan before evesan started summoning his monument. He just goes straight for the well before evesan can get T2, because once evesan gets T2 he can Cobalt Trick the well, but right now he can't, and Sarlesch is gonna go try straight for the well. The Glacier runs out and Sarlesch nasty surprises just as evesan gets T2, but evesan is unable to save the well because Sarlesch was just that quick. So evesan is now well down. As you can see, the well has only 539 power of 600, so evesan has in fact lost some power and will have to spend it again to build the well. So Sarlesch is actually on even terms with evesan right now, and Sarlesch has, let's see, excuse me, enough power to build another Power Well, and a Nightguard as well, which is absolutely essential in Pure Shadow versus Pure Frost fights, because the Nightguard can capture the War Eagles, which are one of Pure Frost's best M counters. In fact, I think it's Pure Frost's only good M counter that they have available to them. So Nightguard to take care of the War Eagles that will certainly be coming in the near future. Sarlesch 5 Power Wells, evesan also at 5 Power Wells. So the game looks to be an interesting game. Nice long game. evesan is going for the macro, building another Power Well. He's content to wait and defend because Frost's defense is pretty awesome, I'd say, against Shadow. So he's content to just grab more wells, wait for Sarlesch to make his move, and Sarlesch makes his move on 2 fronts. He sends one Nightcrawler and one Nightguard over here, while sending his Shadow Mage and a Nightcrawler over here, probably to grab more wells here, so he doesn't fall to evesan's major attack. Anyway, evesan summoned 2 Lyrish Knights to counter the 2 Nightcrawler Shadow Mage ground presence up there, but he unfortunately has not done anything about this well. He Glacier Shells it. Good move, because usually Pure Frost can afford to wait a bit before starting to use their spells on the well, and so good move. But then Sarlesch just retreats, making the Glacier Shell moot. Sarlesch has grabbed another well over here, as you can see, and is going for an assault on the evesan's main base.
Your forces are under attack.
2 nightcrawlers and 1 shadow mage. Sarlesch ignores this, goes for the main base as well. 1 war eagle that will kill these nightcrawlers, no problem. Watch the sonic screech that's coming. 2 dead nightcrawlers, and the night guard swaps it just in time actually. As you can see, evesan uses sonic screech and just didn't have enough power to cobalt trick or glacier shell that well. So 1 nasty surprise from the crawler takes down the well. Another well. evesan is now another well down. Amazing nasty surprises by Sarlesch, who is, I believe, who does in fact do amazing things with nasty surprise and nightcrawlers. I believe it's 500 or so damage actually. The nightcrawlers in fact do about 500 damage if they are at full health, which is actually equivalent to a lava field, just a little smaller range. And it of course attacks air units as well, so pretty good. Anyway, evesan grabs the well again. A bit of a mistake because Sarlesch just goes for the pure assault. 3 nightcrawlers, one of the nastiest things that Shadow can send against other enemies. 3 nightcrawlers. 1 is a frenzied and the other 2 are not frenzied, which is a pretty good ratio, I'd say. Because if you frenzy all the nightcrawlers, evesan is simply going to cold snap them and waste the nightcrawlers. But 1 is just enough just for that extra damage. Sarlesch swaps the war eagle that was about to counter nightcrawlers, and he moved 1 nightcrawler away so that the war eagle only managed to kill 1 nightcrawler. The other nightcrawler goes for the night guard, which she nastied actually just before the war eagle kills it. So pretty efficient there. And Sky Elf Templar from evesan to start repairing the well, and 1 war eagle is simply not gonna get through a glacier shell Sky Elf Templar protected well. However, Sarlesch is sending another night guard, which I believe has enough power to swap and dodges the cold snap very nicely, and is probably gonna swap the Sky Elf Templar right about now, or not, preferring to attack the Sky Elf Templar instead. Keep it around in case war eagles come out. Meanwhile, evesan is sending 1 war eagle to attack Sarlesch's resource boosted base. As you can see, Sarlesch has 2 resource boosters up already,
Your forces are under
giving him even more power advantage over evesan, who was only a 6 power well. So Sarlesch is in fact winning the power game as well. Nightguard's still alive. I think she's chased the Sky Elf Templar away, correct. 1 gravity surge on the war eagle, but he double buffed it. Sarlesch double buffed it, so it's not going to go down to anything. 1 aura of corruption and a nightcrawler to take care of the war eagle from evesan over here. Sarlesch is fighting 2 fronts at once, which is always important when fighting a pure frost or any frost splash player, because so long as you're fighting 2 fronts at once, it then becomes possible to get past the glacier shell cobalt trick, especially split intent in the 2 directions. And evesan quits, seeing as he lost just so many power wells. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the replay. Pure Frost, I don't believe I've actually done one of these yet, but now you've seen a Pure Frost replay and Sarlesch and how Pure Shadow defeats it. Hope you enjoyed the replay. See you all next time.